All right, let's play this in full. There is no sounds, but there is awesome animation. Awesome fights, and that is the end. Bam. All right, cool. So the reason why I'm picking this one is because A, it has cool animation, but also there are a couple elements that work, and it's some things I wanted to point out to anybody who's watching this, where even on a fight like this, where there's a lot of stuff happening, a lot of stuff left and right, they're constantly fighting, there's movements, I still would have some moments where there is a bit more of this. I love this here. As he fights and gets blocked by that, you can see that sudden, whoa, that's not what I expected, with that look of surprise. If you play this in real time, even if it's short, there's still a reaction to it. And some of the things that happen here is that when they fight, right there, like for instance this, even though he closes his eyes, I wish that there was a bit more reaction. And I know that arm goes back, but something a bit more complex where maybe a side comes up more for a different role. It's just a moment of maybe bigger pain, just a bigger strain in that moment when they clash. And even on something like this, sure, because we are not super close, but we're close enough to see the head. And I like the tilted horizon. It has a lot of energy there. But when you have something like this, when this comes into him, we don't see the face, this seems just a bit dead in the face, where I wish there was just a bit more. Even on something like this, when then he goes into that, it could be closed eyes and a bigger strain in the neck and in the face to get into this, and maybe potentially pushing the face more into just a bigger moment. Maybe again potentially closing eyes sooner to get that big contrast here, which is really cool. Because then when you get into this one, does that turn? I love this here. I love that he looks at him and then looks up. It's like stuff like that is great. Just a few more reactions like that will be cool. Because even as he turns here, he has that. That's all cool. I love all that. I love all that. Smear, that bend, breaks apart. There's really nice swinging, a nice momentum in how far back that arm goes. But then it feels like just looks to the ground, looks to the ground, looks to the ground, and just happens to evade it. And I know it's all short, but I think there's just enough time when you do right through there to do a faster head turn where it's kind of like, and you don't, again, we don't see the eyes, but it would be just a moment of, oh, this didn't work. I need to look up because this guy is coming at me, so I can evade him. And even this will be potentially, this will be like, like this is a bigger strain. So to open the mouth here, just really selecting the moments to push reactions and even bigger strain. Again, here it feels a bit, feels like he's on the bed. He's like, I'm stretching, I'm about to get up, versus like, you know, like almost the last attempt of a fight. And even this here could be pushed again in the expressions. Other than that, it's really cool. I think one thing that could be tweaked also is in the other guy, some of the timing where after this it feels just a bit jumps and then goes, versus comes down, does this, and then potentially a bigger preparation in his arms to anticipate to go back a bit. So it's not just hovering and going forward, but a bit more of a, and that way, and if you keep the length of the shot by having more anticipation there and going back, you can then take frames out of this to make this just a bit snappier. It just feels a bit like a car versus a bigger attack mode, and that's that. Other than that, it's super cool. Picky notes, subjective notes as always, but this is all super cool. Well done.